Well, friends, this is crazy. We're making chocolate chip cookies, the one thing I said I would probably not do on this channel. There's hundreds of recipes out there, and there's hundreds of bakers saying, my chocolate chip cookies are the best. And I would agree they're good, but not the best. I am always looking for the best cookies. I've eaten them everywhere. Everywhere I go, I try cookies. And I'm always looking for that one that's just extraordinary. So let's face it, chocolate chip cookies, they all basically have the same ingredients. You have butter, you have eggs and sugars and vanilla. You add in flour, leaveners, salt, some chocolate. They all have about the same basic ingredients. What piqued my interest and what makes this recipe stand above the rest is it's not necessarily about the ingredients completely, but about technique. David Light, a writer for the New York Times back in 2008, published a recipe that went viral. Here's the backstory. He went on mission to find the secret to the best chocolate chip cookie. And I love what he did. He visited all kinds of bakers. He spent countless hours and days researching, interviewing chefs and pastry chefs and bakers and people who wrote cookbooks. And he took Jacques Torres's famous chocolate chip cookie, adapted it a bit, culminated all of his research, and put it into the recipe that we're going to make today. The recipe will be in the description below. The ingredients, the tools I'm using, anything that you need for today is right in the description below. These cookies will be an impressive bakery style size. They will have a crispy, chewy, caramelized edge with a soft, gooey center. They'll have some high quality chocolate that just melts into amazing. So we are done making good cookies. We are going to make great cookies, and we're going to do it together. So let's head to the kitchen and we'll discover together the techniques behind the famous Jacques Torres New York Times chocolate chip cookie. Most recipes call for all-purpose flour. We are going to push the all-purpose flour aside for the day. We'll be using a combination of bread flour and cake flour. The custom flour advantage allows us to engineer the ideal cookie texture. So the bread flour, with its higher protein content, around 12 to 14%, it's going to contribute to the chewy, substantial texture of the cookie, and it helps it hold its shape when it's baked. And then the lower protein content in the cake flour, 7 to 9%, produces a soft, tender interior of the cookie. So combining the two of these flours together, you get the best of both worlds. You get a chewy, structured exterior and a soft, tender, gooey interior. While all-purpose flour is good, and I use it all the time, it is all-purpose. So it is designed to just be that moderate, safe, middle-of-the-road flour that's really good for most bakes. It doesn't excel at any one thing, so it's not going to give us that extraordinary chewy or that extra soft texture. Simply put, it lacks the textural qualities that we're looking for in that perfect chocolate chip cookie. So it's time to start mixing our dry ingredients together. I have in front of me the dry ingredients that we're going to just put in a sieve, and we'll just sift it all together. This is 240 grams of cake flour and 240 grams of bread flour. If you are using measuring cups, you want to do 2 cups minus 2 tablespoons. That'll give you exactly 240 grams. And then to this one, I'm going to add baking soda. We're putting 1 1/4 teaspoons of baking soda in. That's 7 grams. 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder. That is 6 grams. And 1 1/2 teaspoons of kosher salt. That is 10 grams. And I know that looks like a lot of salt, but you also want to offset and just really heighten the flavors. This just kind of helps balance everything. So I'm going to pour that in there, and then we're just going to sift into this large bowl, and it will be ready for us when we're ready for it. Now we're going to cream our butter and our sugars together. I have room temperature, really soft butter here. I want to just show you, when you press your finger in, you should be able to make an indentation. It needs to be very soft. If your house is cooler, you want to just give it a quick shot in the microwave. You want it to be soft and very, very pliable. This is 1 1/4 cups. That's 285 grams or 2.5 sticks. Now we're going to add in our sugars. I have brown sugar. This is light brown sugar, 1 1/2 cups or 285 grams. And then we have granulated sugar, 1 cup plus 2 tablespoons. That's 227 grams. I'm using the paddle attachment. And I'm going to put this on stir. The most I will do is low speed. We don't want to whip this really heavily. That just adds a lot of air into the mixture, but we do want it nicely, fully incorporated. So I'm going to just turn this on low, and we're going to let this mix for about 5 minutes. It'll be light and fluffy in texture when we're done. Okay, I just want to show you, this is the texture that you're looking for. It's lighter in color now, and it's fluffy. So that was 5 minutes. Now we're going to add our eggs. We're going to add them one at a time, and just putting this on stir, or if you're hand mixing, the lowest speed that you have. So 1 egg. If I can get one out. It's important that you don't add all the eggs at one time. The egg needs time to just get fully incorporated in there. Otherwise, the mixture will separate. So you just want to let that go till you see it's smooth again before you add your next egg in. After you add an egg, it's a good idea to scrape the bowl down, scrape your beater. Okay, add that last egg in. Now we're going to add vanilla in. We have a nice little dose of vanilla. This is 2 teaspoons or 10 milliliters. The next step is to add our dry ingredients into the wet. I'm going to scrape the bowl down one more time. Now I'm going to put this on the lowest speed, which is stir on this. So with the mixer running, we're just adding our dry ingredients in. I'm doing half now. I'll give it just a moment here, and then I'll add the other half. And you just want to mix this until you see that all the dry particles are pretty much gone. You can always finish it off with your spatula just to make sure you're getting all the dry ingredients mixed. I'm going to go ahead and take this off. So now our dough is finished, and now we need to talk chocolate. Now is not the time to skimp on your choice of chocolate. You want to make sure that you're buying a fine quality chocolate. What you want to look for is the percentage of cacao on a chocolate bar or a bag of chips, whatever you're looking at. If it's not readily available, it might not have a lot of chocolate in it. I will show you this. This is a bag of Jacques Torres's own chocolate. So in honor of Jacques Torres, I purchased some of the chocolate that he makes. This is his cookie recipe. He is both a renowned master pastry chef and a master chocolatier. In New York, he is called Mr. Chocolate. So this has 60% cacao in it. This is a nice, dark, fine quality chocolate, and they are discs. Another nice option, if you want to treat yourself, is Valrhona. These are called fèves. They're like a bean shaped. These actually melt into puddles, and this is Actually, if you type in one of the best chocolates, Valrhona is one of the ones that's going to come up. This is 66% cacao, so this is a really good fine chocolate. And then I have this Mac Daddy of bars here. This is a pound plus. It's Trader Joe's. This is 72% cacao, so this is a really dark chocolate. And again, this is a really nice choice if you like chunks. This is a good one that you just would cut it into chunks, and this is actually the one we're doing today. So I just wanted to show you the options that are available for some finer chocolates. I really want you to find a good quality chocolate when you go to the store. The best quality dark chocolate, the first ingredient should be a form of cacao. It's either going to be mass, liquor, or beans. You want to look for that. And then the second ingredient would be sugar. If you're looking at a lower quality chocolate, you'll see right away the first ingredient more than likely is going to be sugar. The second one may be milk. And then you get into the cacao, which is a good indicator that there's very little chocolate or that quality 100% pure chocolate in what you're purchasing. So choose wisely because you want these to be absolutely amazing. This batter is going to be amazing, and you want the chocolate to fit the bill as well. So I have chosen to do this big giant bar of Trader Joe's. I'm doing chunk chocolate because I prefer the ratio of cookie and chocolate to be about the same. When you do the fèves, this gives you puddles of chocolate in your cookie. So if you really like those big puddles and pools of chocolate, this is the way to go. These will give you flat little layers of chocolate, and I will tell you that I'll be showing you what they look like baked. But for now, I'm going to chop some chocolate. So I went ahead and just chopped up that whole bar. I will use this for something else. It's just a little over a pound. You want 1 pound of chocolate, 16 ounces, or 453 grams of your chocolate of your choice. Once you have chosen your chocolate, chopped it, prepped it, whatever you needed to do to get there, it's time to add our chocolate into the batter. Give it a good stir. So the batter is done now. It's ready to be scooped. Here's the thing. We have one more ingredient, and it's called patience. This batter needs to rest and age in the refrigerator for 36 hours. Aging this dough is the difference between a good cookie and a great cookie. So we're going to scoop this. We're going to put it on this pan. We're going to cover it with plastic wrap, and then we're going to let this age in the refrigerator for 36 hours. So in the beginning, I said these cookies would be an impressive bakery style size, and they're going to be. This holds 5.5 tablespoons of batter, or 94 grams. This is a number 10 extra large, so these will be really nice big cookies. I do weigh them because here's what we're trying to do. If we're getting to an impressive cookie, one way to get there is to make sure they're all uniform and they're all perfectly baked. So if you take the time to measure and weigh them, and they all weigh the exact same amount, when you're baking them, they will all bake the same. If you have some that are too small and some that are too large, then some are underbaked and some are overbaked. So we're going to go ahead and scoop our cookies out. So we want that culinary magic to happen in the refrigerator. The aging process allows the ingredients to all meld together. Just like marinating a piece of meat, making a sauce, or aging fine wine or cheese, time together makes a great end product. I just pulled these out of the fridge. These have aged in the refrigerator for 36 hours, and I planned ahead just for you. I actually made some with fèves in them. I made some with discs, and then I did some with the chopped chocolate, just like we just did a moment ago. So I'm gonna start baking these, and then we'll start just kind of comparing what they look like, and I get to taste them. I'm pretty excited. It's showtime. We're gonna put our cookies on a pan. You wanna leave lots of space between them. I would say only 4 to 6 on a pan. They need room to expand and turn into their large, beautiful selves. Okay, so one last thing that we're gonna do, one last finishing touch. We're gonna sprinkle some flaky sea salt on the top of each one. This is optional, you don't have to do this, but it adds just a little bit of crunch. It gives a little hint of saltiness, and it just kind of perfectly balances out the sweetness of the cookie. And it looks pretty too. And now it's time to bake them. We have our oven at 350 degrees, that's 180 Celsius. We're gonna put them in the oven for 18 to 20 minutes. We're looking for a golden brown edge, and the center will still be slightly gooey. Let's get these in the oven. We're gonna go ahead and take them out of the oven. They look beautiful. They smell amazing. Oh my goodness, gorgeous. So these are really tender because they're still very warm. We're gonna leave these cool on the pan for 5 minutes. Then we'll remove them, put them on a wire rack to cool completely. I'm gonna continue baking the rest of the cookies, and I'll see you back here in a little bit. So we are all done. I have been baking like a mad woman. I have cookies everywhere. It's like a dream come true. These are the chocolate chunk cookies that we did together. This is one of them here. So when you break one of the chocolate chunk cookies open, you'll see all the chunks in there, but you'll see a nice even distribution of the chocolate to cookie ratio. This one is the fèves. And if you break one of these open, you will see puddles of chocolate all through it. You may see some on top, and you'll see more pools of chocolate in those cookies. And then this one is the discs. And when you break one of these open, you'll actually see all the layers of chocolate in the cookies. So no matter what chocolate you choose, they're all winners. They're absolutely beautiful and delicious. I have been waiting for this all day. This is mine. I'm gonna taste it, break it open. Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh my goodness. They have a crispy, chewy outer edge. There's this toffee-like caramelization partway in, and there's a soft, gooey center that's just filled with melted chocolate. Oh my goodness, so good. So off camera, just for a second, I took one more bite. I was amazed. I got one little bite with the flaky sea salt in there. Don't skip that step. It offsets the sweetness in the most amazing way. You gotta try that. So this was super fun. I know you can do this. If you love cookies, check out my cookie playlist. And if you love chocolate, I have a chocolate chunk muffin recipe that's absolutely amazing. I really want to bake with you in another video, so I hope to see you there.